Hello. Today I want to talk with you about the importance of error. It's very easy, especially with trauma, to get stuck in a judgment around mistakes, error, seeing things in a very negative light. And there's good reasons for that, of course, because things have been so bad, so awful, so challenging that we can only see the negative in it. But if we broaden that view out, and certainly as we move through the stuck energy and release the pain and the symptoms that we call trauma, then we can start to see that our mistakes, our errors, and we're not talking about what others have done to us so much, we're talking about our own maybe way we've dealt with it, our reactions, our behaviours, our addictions, all the things we've done possibly as a result of growing up in dysfunction, trauma, abuse, start to see it as, well, this is how we find out our true north. This is how we find out what works, what's right for us, where we need to go. And it only happens through trial and error. No one gets it right every step of the way. No one just walks on that clear path, except after many years of learning lessons and experimentation and practice. So to see our journey as including the mistakes, including the errors, including the fluctuating off the path, when we see that as part of the deal, in fact, those errors, those mistakes are just as important as when we get it right. In fact, in science, all the failed experiments are steps towards success, and so they're celebrated. So how would that land for you if you were to see your own behaviours, not in a judgmental, that's bad, that's wrong, I'm a bad person way, but seeing it as simply, well, I've tried different things, I've done different things to cope, to survive, to just be happy, and I'm learning through that. Yes, sure, I've made things that with hindsight I'd judge as an error, as a mistake, but what if the truth is you wouldn't be where you are now if you hadn't have had those experiences, if you hadn't have made those errors, if you hadn't have made those choices that took you off the path. In psychology we call it a negative learning environment, a negative learning experience. So we're learning in the negative. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't feel good. That wasn't great. And so all those learnings, all those errors, all those times we've behaved poorly or made choices that we later regret, to see it as all adding to our wisdom base. It's all adding to our knowledge, our knowing. It's all getting us to where we are today. So it's very important to make mistakes. It's very important to make error. It's very important to just do things and try things and experience things and find out how it works. Do something, and then, we can just assess, how do I feel after that? What was the effect of that? Did that work for me? Was the outcome of that beneficial? Was that great? Or was that something perhaps that doesn't serve my greater purposes? Well, we can put that down to experience. In fact, a lot of wise people get to older years and they say, look, I don't have any regrets. They don't regret what they've done. They've learned from what they've done. If we get stuck in our past choices, then we're stuck in that judgment, and then we can be churning around in a lot of regret. But to reframe it in this way, it's quite a simple way really, but it's quite challenging. There are no bad mistakes. There are no bad choices ultimately. The key is to stop, reflect, just assess how that worked for us, and to learn from that so we can move forward in a new way, in a different way, in a better way, and slowly we up-level. Yes, the importance of making mistakes.